Hi, what new possibilities will you create? Today's guests will share their story and provide insight from my network to yours. Let's get to it. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
On?
What's going on?
I'm looking forward to this moment right here. Oh
my man.
Gosh. I love you to death, man. Love you to death. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, man. So, I mean, we're at the top of the hour. Maybe tell us about yourself, and I'll get into more about the program later. But who are you, Cap?
Man, I'm Kaplan Mobray. They call me I'm an award-winning author, motivational speaker, career consultant. But at the end of the day, I'm a guy who wears a green tie and wants to help you, whoever you are, be better at life, be better in your career, be better at whatever you want to be better at. I want to help you do that. And I believe that is my life's mission. And it's certainly what I've committed my life's work to be. So, yeah, Kaplan Mobray, but I want to change your life. That would be the best way to describe me.
Dude, that's so important. Man, you changed my life, man. I mean, for those on the phone, I mentioned at last session, I was mentioning again, we had amazing Jamie, which I see her online too. Jamie. Last session, killed it. Is we want to expand the awareness, right? Like you mentioned, especially in this climate here. Folks, we're trapped at home. We're home, right? We're home. What new possibilities we can create while we're home? And you've done that. You continue to do it. I love if you share those perspectives. And then 3 is really an opportunity for us to share right now skills, as you put it too. Yeah. To navigate through this climate. And so, I mean, you inspire many folks, corporations, individuals, me as myself, as my brother. You do countless hours. I've seen it. So give a little more about that spot, especially from a career perspective. What does that mean, especially right now?
I think, and it's great to see everybody joining in. So thank you so much for joining our conversation today. But we're in a very interesting time. But at the end of the day, even though it is a little bit more different in terms of the circumstance, we're going through change every single day.
Tell them that.
For those that are on the phone, like, this isn't the first time that we've gone through something, through change, through adversity, through a stop, through a start, through a stall, to a stuck. Right? I mean, some people are stopped, some people are stalled, some people are stuck.
Yeah.
It's not the first time, though. I mean, it comes with life. It comes with living.
Yeah.
So I think the opportunity for us, all of us, whether it's your career, your life, is to understand that change is a part of life, but how you handle change is a part of choice. Change is a part of life, but how you handle change is a part of choice. And I think that's certainly one of the most important things that anyone who's going through anything, should understand, that it's how you handle it. That's what's most important. There are things that we can control in our life, the things that we can't.
Yeah.
No one saw this coming. Not, if you were thinking about last August or September, or, you celebrating New Year's Eve, whatever it is, we didn't see this coming. And many people made plans for March, for April, for May, for June, for July, for August. And all of a sudden those plans in an instant were changed.
Yeah.
So what it tells us is, it's the how you handle change that I think is so important. And I think that's the thing that I always impress upon people is know how you handle change. Because if you know how you handle change, whatever comes your way, you can be resilient to get through it.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that happens is most people don't have a game plan for change.
Yeah. Right.
So when it hits them, it's like, pow,
right.
and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what do I do now?
Yeah.
But when you have a mental game plan for change, you're ready for anything. And that's the powerful thing. And you're ready for anything.
What keeps you? I love what keeps you centered. Like, what, to your point, I like it because I love to get. I mean, I know a lot about you. I want other folks to hear and see. Like, what's the things you do to keep you centered, grounded, to manage change? And maybe share a little about yourself regarding to where you had a pivotal moment. Maybe to get to recognize that change, and that folks can kind of anchor off and understand and have some clarity of how you apply it.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. I think people, it's no secret that I love the color green.
Hey, and if, there's a wall behind you.
I don't know if Vita Stanley's on, but Vita called me the Kaplan who wears green. But,
hey.
But here's what green.
Hey, one
stands.
of my mentioning green.
And you're
the
the Sigma. You're the Sigma who wears blue, but today you wear red for me.
Blue too, and red and green.
Right, that's a brother. That's a true brother right there.
Yeah.
Here's what I think is really important. Here's why green matters.
Yeah.
And here's the psychology of it for me, and it's helped me, but also it maybe can help those that are listening. In life, if you always stay in a state of go, then you can never be in a state of stop. Let that marinate for a second. In life, if you stay in a state of go, you can never be in a state of stop. And what that means for all of us and for those that are listening and watching is when change hits you, what's your pivot? Yeah. What's your go? You should always know what's your go. And sometimes the go is, I'm going to embrace the change. I'm going to feel what I feel, and I'm going to learn something from it. So maybe it's the learn something from it that is the pivotal, that's the pivot. Maybe it's the learn something from it. That's your go. For some people, it's I put away, enough money so that if I lose my job, I still can stay in a state of go. Okay. Right. For some people, it's, hey, I built a great network. So if I lose my job, I'm just a phone call away from a new job. State of go. For some people, it's, hey, I've been taking my greens. I've been taking my chlorella, my spirulina, my cod liver oil, my wheatgrass, my, apple cider vinegar, my water, and doing my exercise every single day. So I'm healthy enough, and I've got an immune system enough to fight back. State of go, health, right? So your health, your wealth, your support system, your network, your career skills. Some people have great skills so that they've insulated themselves. But at the end of the day, if you prepare yourself in life to be in a state of go, it's really hard for you to ever be in a state of stop or stuck. So that's, so when people say, what's up with the green tie, or we're in the green room tonight, I live my life to be in a state of go. In fact, when I speak, I always wear these rhino cufflinks. And a rhinoceros is one of the only animals that really doesn't move backwards. It moves forward. It never really has a reason to, unless it's another rhino. Wow.
I didn't know there was a reason behind it. That's dope. I already know you're always intentional, and the energy that you guys online, y'all see it's on the energy we have is crazy. And Kaplan, his brand is beyond the green. Is the energy he brings. He actually do push-ups in his sets and they really drive the message and have props and interaction and engagement. So to that point, engagement, guys, feel free to click the little question mark. We'll incorporate your questions too as we continue through, because Kaplan got a lot to share, a lot of perspectives. We can pivot as we talk. So I like you said, because one thought coming to mind was those who feel they are in the stop. Yeah. And they don't know how to go. Yeah. What's your advice to that?
So and let's we're human. So life hits us, and sometimes it hits us hard, and sometimes it forces us to stop. Yeah. And the question is, how long is your stop? Is it a rest stop? Is it a pit stop, or it is a stop? So the key opportunity for us all is to understand that the fuel that you give your mind is what gets you back on the road. And let me say that a different way. I always believe that one of the most important essential nutrients, essential supplements, is vitamin G, gratitude.
Say it again.
Vitamin G, gratitude. It's one of the most essential supplements that you can feed your mind, your body, your soul, your being, and it is transformative. Yes, absolutely transformative. And so if you're in a state of a stop, some people are in a pit stop, some people are in a rest stop, some people are in a stop. And to get back on the road, you've got to fuel yourself with vitamin G. And here's why. If you are alive, if you woke up today, this morning, and you looked out the window or stepped outside and you were able to take a deep breath, understand that whatever you've got going on in your life, whatever problem, whatever stop, whatever challenge, whatever struggle, there's someone who would trade their whole life for that ability to take a breath and have your struggle. And when you understand that, you understand that the opportunity in life to change your life because you have a breath is everything.
Yeah.
And everything in between that is just effort, time, healing, perspective, and growth. So when you have that level of perspective, it allows you to always pick yourself up. You know, okay, I lost my job, but guess what? I have some skills on my resume. I've got a good network. Let me go out there, have an opportunity to go get a new one. Right? I am uncertain about what's happening in my career. I have the time and opportunity to grow it. You know, I need to come back for my health. Well, I have the opportunity and time to get healthier, get better.
Yeah.
You know, but the point is this: when you can live in that axis of gratitude because you have breath, and the ability because of breath to face your struggles, a lot of amazing things happen. And you can truly embrace being in a way to pick yourself up. You can truly embrace change, and you can truly embrace struggle. You know, and I'll say this way, and this is what I do personally. You know, I'm thankful for the good times, but I'm also thankful for the struggle. I'm thankful for the challenge. Yeah. I'm thankful for the uncertainty. I'm thankful for the change. Yeah,
man.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it gives me a new chance to find new depths of gratitude. And it gives me something new to learn. And that's I think the powerful thing about just being, you know, just being intentional.
I'm glad you said that, because it's so right. Because if you're quick to deflect and you'll miss the learnings that makes you so. Like when I opened businesses, I had businesses that fell. And I opened it, we had shut down, recession hit us, and fell. What I was grateful for is I took the opportunity, I made a step. I actually opened brick and mortar, had 100+ students come through our door, and we changed their lives. Right. That was powerful.
That was powerful.
I learned so much from that experience and appreciation with youth, and tapping into that age of when they have started to doubt themselves. They missed the lesson at whatever grade it may have been. And then as a result, they start to have the self-doubt that's planted in that early life that we carry as adults. And we never let it go. And I was able to influence at that stage. That was the gratitude moment. I said, I will pay for that moment over and over and over again. If I would focus on the loss of the business and saw loss, I would totally miss that piece. So I 100% resonate with you on that sharing. I mean,
it's powerful, you know. And you know, I saw two people. I saw, hey fam, I see you on there, and hey Ken in Seattle.
Oh, cool.
Ken talked about a winner's mentality, and that's exactly it, you know. So a couple of things that you said were so important. Had you not had that circumstance, you wouldn't have had that opportunity. So you have to, in life, understand that the circumstance that you're given, whatever it is, as tough as it is, provides you with a tremendous opportunity. Yeah. And that opportunity is what pushes you forward. So that's a winner's mentality. What are the pros and cons of seeking employment at this time? What are the pros and cons for the employer? That's a great question. So a couple things. At this time, companies have lost, and I've said this, if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been on a very big campaign to help people retool their resumes. But the header of that message has been, for the last 6 months, companies have been without productivity. They've lost. They've lost people. They've lost productivity. They've lost growth. They've lost sales. They've lost business. They've lost clients. They've lost. And what that means is the only way that you get back from loss is to grow. And the only way you grow is to have good people who can readily now solve a problem, fix a solution, sell a product, grow a business. You need people to do that. So the pros of about being in this particular economy and getting a job and looking for a job now is if you have ready now skills, companies are going to need you now. And you have to be so intentional to tell people, I can help you do this now.
Yeah. And
what that does, it distinguishes you from the 7 million people right now that file on unemployment. And that number is just an initial number. That doesn't count the 2 million people, 3 million people that can't even get through to the unemployment hotline. And there's a lot of groups on, Facebook and other channels that are talking about that. So it's not a real number. The real number is more like 8-9 million who are literally looking for work. So a couple things. If you're trying to get a job now, one, you distinguish yourself as a candidate because you have to have ready now skills. So you have to be positioned as, I know your company lost this amount of business. I know your company's client base is really dependent on this particular industry sector. I can help you build those relationships and bring them back, and I can help you find new solutions for growth. And here's how. So that's a pro. So the question was, that's a very pro in getting a job in this economy, because guess what? Companies are empathetic to their clients and to the businesses they lost, the customers that they had to disappoint, and they need people to help them build and rebuild their brand loyalty with their clients, with their customers, because their clients are hurting too. So there's a lot of empathy. So if you can position yourself as someone who can bring an empathy sell, you can help not only the client, the company do business well, but you can help them to help one of their clients, one of their constituents. That's going to be huge in this economy. So if you're trying to get a job now, the con is, it's not just you and 70 people for that one job. It's you and maybe 700 people for that one job. Same thing that happened in 9/11. After 9/11, in the recession, even a job at, a fast food restaurant to be a manager, the underemployment pushed everything down such that there were 10,000 candidates going for one job. So how are you going to stand out in this economy? So that's the key. So that the challenge is you're going up against more headwind. So that's one. The other challenge is companies are still right now waiting and seeing. And the thing that companies are doing in this wait and see period is they're saying, hey, we're now forced to do more with less. Same thing like the recession of 2008. Can we do this? And guess what? We can find a new solution to do things more electronically. Maybe we don't need as many people. So you become part of a solution. The solution that we do in being a little bit more lean can also become the new normal.
Do you find that most employers are currently suspending hiring for all their open positions, or are they hiring only for key roles?
I've been posting about, helping people with their resumes during this time. I've actually gotten I've gotten responses from employers saying, hey, I know it's a tough time, but we're still hiring. We're still hiring. Companies in fintech and other, we're still hiring.
Amazon's still hiring.
Amazon's still hiring.
I'm hiring my team.
Right. So here's what I say. And it's a great question. So thank you so much for asking it. I would say this: the companies who are very fast forward and smart know that this is a great market for talent. The great thing to have, it's like when the stock market goes down, and last week American Airlines stock was like $9.08, like a cup of coffee, right? So, but you can get great talent. Companies understand this. Great talent in this period of uncertainty. So some companies who are very smart are going to fast forward their efforts to get highly skilled employees, highly skilled people who have sold, and driven, exponential business. People who have, who have a very specific technical skill, great coders. People who are, excellent at managing efficiency and operations. So companies, I believe, if you are the right candidate and you have a very highly specific skill set that you stand behind, companies are going to be out there looking for you. So that means you can't. So the mistake that some people make is no one's hiring right now. So let me not put my resume out there right now. And you got to be in the game to be found.
Yes.
So the thing that I think is really important right now is to make sure that you are in the game, because the companies are hiring. I see it right now. I have companies who have emailed me from doing all my posts on helping people with their resumes saying, if you know people in this industry, please send them my way.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage companies to do that, But so I would say this, don't shy away from being a great candidate in this economy, because smart companies are looking for you. Smart companies are looking for your skills, but make sure that your resume and your presentation of your skills shows how you solve very specific problems that particular employer has and will have for the foreseeable future.
Hey, Kaplan, I love that. And actually, I see a question in the queue that was like, I was thinking of saying that things are popping up and prefaces around the power of your network during this period of time. Because to your point, what I've seen in my career, and something that I always tell everyone to think about, is I would go with the mindset that I never want to have to apply for a job again. That I build up my network around me, that it becomes a referral base, that folks know what I'm passionate about and connected to. As a result, leads to opportunities. When you want to put your name, to your point, be the number one of that 10,000 list, it's your connections, it's your network. So here's a question, I think, that ties right to that. What advice will you get those who may have a good network or not utilizing their network? Especially right now, think about it. Everyone's sitting at home. They're not doing much.
How
you leverage that network? All this time, people can't go nowhere.
Give me love not when you need me, but give me love because you're in my network, and so there's a couple of things that are very important. One, it's easier to find people right now because you know where they're at. Because you know where they're at, they're actually more attention to pay attention to your email. Some of you think, I'm going to send emails, I'm going to go in a black hole. They're actually more apt to see it now because there's less distraction. They're home. So
my Gmail's down.
Right.
I got through my Gmail email though. So all you know, I respond late to Gmail. I'm sorry, I just saw it.
So a couple of things with your network. It's a great question. Make sure that at this time you're doing a couple of things. You're checking in with people in your network. Just, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? Your family okay? I'm just checking on you, sending you my thoughts. Just wanted to know, because you want to make sure that you keep the connection warm, but also this is a time where actually people appreciate you checking in on it.
Yes.
They really do. Not because you want the business, not because you want the job, not because you want anything. We're all in a national crisis. We're all in a time of high anxiety. And it affects people differently,
Yeah.
It affects people very differently. So it's really important that you check in with people, because checking in is a great way to connect. It shows that you care. It shows that you remember. So that's one. Yeah. So check in. Check up, right? Check up means you didn't just check in once. You actually followed up. Hey, I'm following up. Is there anything I can do? If I can ever be a resource, hey, I know that you guys are trying to work online and many people don't know how to use Zoom. So let me send you some instruction, whatever it is. So the checkup is about you giving something, right? The check-in is about you sort of, looking and just extending care. The checkup is about you just offering something, giving something. Hey, how you doing? Can I help you in any way? That kind of thing.
Spot on.
And then the third is, hey, I've been impacted by my job, and I trust. So listen to this, kid. I trust and I value your opinion and perspective. I'd like to either explore opportunities in your company or other companies. I'd love your advice on how I can best position myself, or what we can do. I can do to best be in a better position. Maybe even, can you review my resume? And I've been reviewing hundreds of resumes the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So the check-in, which is about I care. The checkup is I give, and then you want to check for, right? Check for, which means I want to put you in a position to see if you can help me or I can help you. Mm. And the key with that is how you enter that conversation. It's because I trust and value your perspective. Yeah. It's not just, hey, can you give me this? It's showing respect and gratitude for the connection. And that's how you build a warmer connection. So check in, check up, and check for.
Hey, I got one I'm going to pull up. This for my sister. I love her. My bloodline is my blood sister. But before I do, I want to share just a perspective you said is some tools. Like, so I tell a lot of my mentees in this space, I said 2 things I do. One advice, become a programmatic for yourself. I actually put time on my calendar. And I'll say if it's Friday or whatever day or hour, it's intentional. It says to check into your network. And I'll put a name, I'll say check into 2 or 3 people. And then so every week, was mindful to have it. Now I do it so often as a habit now. Every time I think of someone's name, like Karen, okay, let me text Karen. Let me reach out to Karen because the name surfaced to my mind. That's an energy connection that just took place. I might know why, but it allows me to check in. So that's some quick tips as far as how you can operationalize it.
I heard more people looking towards working at home rather than going out.
So working from home versus going to a company, like working, like they're saying, hey, I'm liking this working from home option.
Yeah.
Should I pursue other work from home options? Is this a way forward? Yeah. Is that where we're headed to? Is that the new norm, and we can capitalize on that, or are people still trying to get back to the brick and mortar opportunities?
All right. So a couple things. The work from home option is an experiment for many companies, and when you become good at being efficient, companies want more efficiency. Mm-hmm. So what it says to us all is, hey, if you can do your job exceptionally well and show your employer how you can be more efficient, faster, more productive, faster response time, greater client connectivity, better at building relationships. If you can show your employer that you can do a better job in this experiment, that may become your new norm. So what that means is, if you really want to work from home, then kill it working from home. But tell your boss or your employer what you did to be more efficient, how you drove exponential levels of growth, of sales, of efficiency, of productivity. You got to tell them that. Don't leave it to chance.
Yeah.
So you said, with the time that I was able to work from home, here's how I re-engineered my process to be better for the company. And when you do that, you're selling yourself as, hey, this works.
You answered it very well, because I think what you're saying, and so I'll give some insight perspective too. Like, we're asking survey questions to our employees and saying, hey, are you seeing your productivity up? One thing I realized, and I was sharing this earlier was that people, with my mentees, people are realizing now, because before people were against remote working, people now they're forced to experience it. And so that already has changed the dynamic as we know it, of what that means. And so, so that's an experience shift that said now, oh, wow, I'm now realizing I was so opposed to this environment. Now I'm actually living it. And I am still connected to my employees. I am still driving engagement. I'm going to put new tools into place. So that paradigm has aggressively shifted by this effort.
And it's happened socially and it's happened professionally. You actually, because of the whole Zoom nature of meetings, sometimes you're actually talking to people more. Yeah. Now that you're remote than you actually did when you were in the office. I mean, for some people, they've had birthday parties, and they've seen more of their family and friends at their Zoom birthday party than they would had they had one at their house. Yeah. So this whole notion of connectivity has transformed in this experiment, but it is an experiment for companies. So, but I think here's the thing. I think it's important that we understand that it's another way to connect, and there is no excuse to not be connected. That's the thing. There is no excuse.
Something you said earlier, I'll make sure we get this in there, is important. Taking advantage of this time while you are at home and looking at a career opportunity. I love the questions coming in that space. And one key thing that I know I leverage and work you with closely, and make sure this audience knows, is if I want to rebrand myself or change direction, what are you doing in that space? What's your advice, and how can you help folks out on this phone and maybe pay attention?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great question. For me as a speaker, author, career consultant, my two biggest things are, I'm always in front of a lot of people, and I'm always on a plane. And, those two things, got devastated, in terms of this pandemic. But, one of the things I learned is you use the ingredients of your skill to continue to help people. If you have skill and ability to help people, it doesn't matter where you're doing it, you still have the ability to do it. And that's something we all have to embrace. So for me, it was all about Well, I know that right now it's about 7 million people that are filing for unemployment. Some people that are out of work. The real numbers are more like 9 million, 10 million.
Yeah.
And many of those people, skilled workers who probably haven't looked at their resume in 10 years, 5 years, 17 years. And I have empathy on that, true empathy. When I wrote the 10 Ks of personal branding, for those that know that and know my book, when I left, my corporate career, I left in the middle of a recession. And I left for the very reason because someone said, you changed my life and you can help me in my career. So it was no different. So I pivoted and I continued during this time to help people with their resumes because I realized that if you're going to get back to work, this is the time to upskill and to retool. And the advice that I give everyone who's listening, and this is a 4-month, 5-month blip of time. And we shouldn't leave this period of time without upscaling our resume, upscaling our LinkedIn profile, making sure we have all our skills detailed. Because we have to be in a ready now position for when opportunity comes back. And it will come back. And it's already has. But it is coming back, and it will. So if you were on a job and you were furloughed, it's coming back because companies need to grow.
Yeah.
And the only way they're going to grow and the only way GDP is going to grow is if we've got people back to work. So, but you've got to be ready now. So upgrade, upskill, retool, look at your LinkedIn profile, look at your resume, send me your resume. I'll be happy to give you a free review. I've been doing that. I have, the last 8 days, I've been reviewing resumes round the clock. But the point is this, find a skill to upskill and to retool now, because when it comes back, it's back to work. It's back to distractions. It's back to putting out fires. It's back to all that stuff that takes you away from actually focusing on yourself, your brand, and how you're showing up.
Here's the question I love right here. How are you replenishing yourself after pouring out so much energy into others? I mean, you do it, man. I don't know when you sleep, man. I don't know when you sleep.
You can tell the story about. Right.
Yeah, East Coast, he's up late my time. I'm the West Coast. Right.
So I use them all. So I'm what I call I'm an early riser and I'm a night owl. So what that means for me is hour number 23 is just as important as hour number 5. And I live them all. And it's just the way I'm wired. And Jexi will he's a testament. Well, he can tell the story in a second, but here's what I believe. Okay. This is what I believe. I believe that we are all heroes. And the energy of replenishing myself is really about the mental time to decompress. I run. So here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Even though I am an early riser and a night owl, and Tanya, I see your question, so I want to make sure we get to it. Every morning I get up. I do 50 to 100 sit-ups. I do 50 to 100 push-ups. I drink a glass of water and apple cider vinegar. I go running for maybe 2 miles, and then I start my day. Yeah. And same thing before going to bed, I do 50 to 100 sit-ups and 50 to 100 push-ups, and I drink a glass of water. So, and I do wheatgrass, so supplements. I do wheatgrass, which is natural, detox. I do chlorella, spirulina, cod liver oil, then a little oil for oregano, just for, and I drink ginger tea, or natural ginger. I boil natural ginger.
Wow.
And so, replenishing is also about being intentional about your body. And I know that I have a lot of energy, but guess what? Even at 3 a.m., I just have energy.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. But I am intentional about certain things as it relates to energy and health and body. But I feel like it's really driven by my mind. So great question. I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. It's important because to your point, if you don't fuel your mind, fuel your body, you can't feel your mind, you can't go. So you're right. I'm similar to, I'm similar to you. And I tell people all the time, I can't imagine if I actually, slept like 8-10 hours. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I did it one time and I literally went running down the hill in Seattle. Everyone knows like San Fran. I ran back, went to the gym and hit the weights. Based on what you've seen lately, what's the most hungry industry right now for new hires?
Great question. Great question. A couple things. So I believe if you're in sales, so let me say, if you're in sales, the fourth quarter is going to be very big. Companies who have lost relationships, who dependent on a product being sold to customers, both B2B or B2C, the companies can't afford to not have salespeople out there selling aggressively. And sometimes the selling is not just about the product; it's about the relationship repair, the relationship retool, the relationship rebuild. So if you're in sales in any capacity, whether it's institutional sales, whether it's you're selling small medium-sized business products, or you're selling technology for whatever it is, I see the companies are still looking, and I see this, and companies reach out to me and have given me recs for resumes. But if you're in some type of sales or business development, it's going to be huge in the fourth quarter because the companies going to need that to grow. Secondly, technology. So again, I said this is a feeding frenzy for people who have high tech skills. Not only the coders, but the analysts, the people who can really drive transformational change with systems. And companies are just like the stock. When the stock market goes down and you look at a stock and it may be something that is now easily accessible, right? Or something like that. Companies are looking for talent that has been displaced because of the pandemic that they can bring to the companies. So high tech skills are being highly sought after. So if you have a very specialized skill in technology, it's a great market, and it will be. If you have a really good as a sales leader, sales manager, and you are great at selling a product for a company on its behalf to grow, there are going to be tremendous opportunities. Now, the thing that I think is important for people who manage projects, right? Product or project management. A lot of jobs are like that. Analysts, project management, project development. The key for you, if you have those type of roles, is attach yourself to a very specific problem that your company or your industry has. And I cannot say it enough. I see a lot. I've been reviewing hundreds of resumes globally. I got a resume from the UK last night, globally, and what I see for many is they've got skills and they're managing a program or project manager, but they haven't attached themselves to a very specific problem that they are solving or can solve, and that's where you become expendable to certain things like this in this economy. So what I say is this: if you have a very specific skill and you can attach it to a very specific problem a company has, that's how you're going to get hired. If your resume says I manage projects or I manage programs, that's great, but in the management of those programs, are you solving a problem? If not, it's going to be a tough economy right now, and I see this. So the advice that I give you as a job seeker, whether you have a job or looking to get back to your job, it's really important. It's really important that you make sure that you attach yourself to a problem that you can solve. Because if not, a company says, I don't need you. That's the reality. Because guess what? Now, not only have I reduced my workforce, but my workforce is working from home, so I've reduced my costs, my expenses. So if you're going to get a job in this economy, you have to be attached to a very specific problem that you can solve. Exactly.
Oh gosh, that's so good. I'm gonna pop a relatable question from Stephanie Ball.
If you are a consultant who is selling a service to help people become a better networker, for example, right, or a better connector, for example, it's a skill that we all need. Some would call it a soft skill, some would call it a hard skill. I say it's a skill. We need it, but a couple of things is this: you again have to position yourself. If you're going to get a job or get your clients back, it's important that you do a couple of things. Again, help a client with a very specific problem that they need to solve in order to be effective in their job. If you're selling interpersonal skills, help those skills attach it to a problem that, again, an employer needs for someone to solve, or that person needs to be better in their job. Like, for example, there are people who need to be better at public speaking because they've got major presentations to report fourth quarter earnings. And if they are not impressive, the company's brand and company stock, thank you guys for letting us know we're back on, the company's stock goes down just because they're not impressive. So you have to, again, if you're a consultant, you consult with your client saying, here's the skills you need, but here's the reason why you need it. Here's the problem that we need you to solve. So again, that in any job in the what I call the post-corona pivot, it's going to be your ability to help a problem be solved, fixed, and create a solution. If you're not solution driven in this particular economy, you're expendable.
Man, Michael will drop, because I think one thing I said I will keep tied in is I like how you share that, is you have to stay present to what the needs are today.
That's right.
And what got you here? Your degree, if you just graduated recently, your last job, your last role, where that is. If you continue to live in the past and things don't carry to the future, you're already behind. You're already left.
You are. Yeah.
You're present today. Yeah, you're present. Hey, how is my skills transferable and relatable in here?
That's right.
Because the only blocker is your mind.
It's your mind.
Because open with the same. Right. But it's your mind for what possibilities can I create with the skills I've learned and apply into today.
Exactly.
And tomorrow, right?
Today, and listen, it's all gonna be about that. And so for those that are listening, you can tag me, quote me, tweet me, whatever you want, the post-corona pivot. And Paul,
I like that.
Let's go the PCP. And the question is, what is your PCP? You know, what is your post-corona pivot?
I like that.
How do you now approach relationship networking building in what is becoming a more virtual? You have to re-engineer the way that people and teams use technology to particular problems. Understand what's the problem you're trying to solve.
Correct.
That's going to drive you to the result. If you always have to have a pivot. We have to have multiple streams of income.
Yes.
We don't stay still. It's about how do we stay in a state of go.
My bad.
You have to be grateful for the change, just as you're grateful for the convenience. I mean, be consistent.
Yeah.
Know how to accept failure as a part of what makes you who you
are. Hello, this is Mr. Rose. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to come back every week for new podcast content. Special thanks to my daughter and her team and all their hard work putting this content together. Be engaged. Be aware. Be ready. Be heard. Thank you.